Charlie Chaplin, the homeless boy who became a legend. Welcome to an inspiring story about a man who made the whole world laugh while hiding his own tears. He was Sir Charles Spencer Chaplin, better known as Charlie Chaplin, a legend of cinema, an immortal symbol of perseverance and creativity. Born on April 16, 1889, in London, England, Charlie grew up in poverty. His parents, Hannah and Charles Chaplin Sr., were both stage performers. But his father, a heavy drinker, soon abandoned the family, leaving his ailing mother to raise two children in misery. They lived in shabby rooms, often with nothing to eat. Hannah would pretend to be full, leaving her portion for her children. From an early age, Charlie loved the stage and admired his mother's performances. One night, when Hannah lost her voice on stage and was booed by the audience, the 5-year-old Charlie stepped forward and sang in her place. His innocent voice and funny little dance made the crowd burst into laughter and applause. It was his first performance, and at that moment he knew, open quote, "This is what I was born to do," close quote. But life remained cruel. His mother later lost her sanity and was sent to a mental hospital. Charlie and his brother Sidney became homeless, forced to live in workhouses, shelters for the poor. At 7 years old, Charlie labored under harsh conditions, far from his brother and mother. Thin, hungry, and lonely, the little boy still carried a dream: to perform and make people laugh. From the streets to the stage. To survive, Charlie took on any job he could, washing dishes, delivering newspapers, making toys, but his heart always longed for the stage. One day, he saw a group of street performers and decided to join them. At first, no one paid attention, but he didn't give up. Day after day, Charlie practiced how to make people laugh, studying expressions, timing, and movement, until passersby began to stop, watch, and laugh. For the first time, he felt the joy of making others happy. At 14, Charlie joined the 8 Lancashire Lads, a young dance and theater troupe. He trained diligently and soon stood out for his natural acting talent. At 16, he landed his first major role in the play Sherlock Holmes. People began to notice the boy with sad eyes who could make others laugh. The turning point in America. In 1910, Charlie joined Fred Carnot's comedy company and was invited to perform in America, the land of opportunity. There, his talent shone even brighter. In 1913, Keystone Studios offered him a role in a silent film. Charlie immediately created his now iconic character, the Tramp, a small man in oversized clothes with large shoes, a cane, a bowler hat, a tiny mustache, and a distinctive waddling walk. At first, audiences didn't quite understand, but once he performed, without saying a word, the whole world laughed. Within just a few years, from a hungry homeless boy, Charlie became the biggest movie star in the world. By 1917, he was a global icon. His face appeared on newspapers, posters, and in every corner of the cinematic world, becoming his own master. Despite his fame, Chaplin never forgot his past. He wanted full control over its story, music, and emotions. In 1918, he founded Chaplin Studios, becoming an independent director and producer. His 1921 film, The Kid, was a turning point. Inspired by his own harsh childhood, it told the moving story of a poor man and an orphan boy. A story that made the whole world laugh and cry. Audiences realized that cinema could touch hearts and change lives. Chaplin worked tirelessly. He was meticulous, willing to spend months perfecting a single scene. When sound films appeared, many urged him to adapt, but he believed that, open quote, "emotions are stronger than words," close quote. In 1931, he proved it with the masterpiece City Lights, a silent film released in the era of talking pictures. It remains one of the greatest works of all time. The final scene, where the tramp meets the blind girl again, still brings millions to tears even today. The artist who dared to speak. When Hitler rose to power in Europe, Chaplin realized he could use comedy to fight evil. In 1940, he made The Great Dictator, his first talking film, a bold satire of Hitler and the horrors of war. The film ends with a speech that became a timeless message to humanity. Open quote, "We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity." Close quote. The film was admired worldwide, but it also made powerful enemies in Hollywood. Falsely accused and defamed, Chaplin was eventually exiled from the United States in 1952. He left with tears in his eyes, moving with his family to Switzerland, where he spent the rest of his life in peace. A late love. Though his career was glorious, his personal life was full of turmoil. His first 3 marriages ended painfully, making him lose faith in love. But in 1943, at the age of 54, Chaplin met Una O'Neill, an 18-year-old girl. Despite public criticism, they married. Una became his true love, his strength during his darkest days. They had 8 children and remained happily together until the end. An immortal legend. For the last 25 years of his life in Switzerland, Chaplin lived simply, writing memoirs, reading, playing with his children, and sometimes watching his old films with a smile. On December 25, 1977, Christmas Day, he passed away peacefully in his sleep at the age of 88. The whole world mourned. Newspapers wrote, open quote, "Humanity has lost the man with the most beautiful smile," close quote. But the tragedy didn't end there. 3 months later, his body was stolen from the grave for ransom. 2 poor men had dug up his coffin and demanded $600,000. His wife, Una, firmly refused. Open quote, "Charlie would have laughed if he knew this." After weeks of investigation, police recovered his body. The family reburied him in a concrete grave so that no one could ever take him away again. Close quote. An eternal message. Charlie Chaplin was not only an actor but a symbol of perseverance and compassion. He taught us, open quote, "Never give up, no matter how poor you are or how many betray you. If you have a dream, chase it until the end." Close quote. From a hungry boy on the streets of London, he became the man who made the whole world laugh and cry. He once said, open quote, "A day without laughter is a day wasted." Close quote. His life proves that faith, love, and laughter can conquer all.